and welcome to episode 7 of Travel Trailer Camping Journal. And today I'm looking at my microwave. And yes, I'm at an electrical hookup spot at Canyon Point Campground in Forest Lakes, Arizona. I only come here once a year, and it's the only time when I have electrical hookups. But this microwave may be the last time I'll be using it. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the start of episode 7 of Travel Trailer Camping Journal, a production of Sam's Camping Videos. And it's titled, Goodbye Travel Trailer. What? Goodbye Travel Trailer? My travel trailer has been a large part of the stories that I've told on Travel Trailer Camping Journal and my older Legacy Travel Trailer Camping series. Many years ago, back in the first half of the first decade of the 21st century, I was a tent camper, and I did that ever since 1998. As time moved on, though, I started having difficulty sleeping on the ground, so then I got a cot. And the cot worked for a while, for a few years, but even that became too uncomfortable. So I started a long-term project, a personal goal, and that was to purchase a travel trailer so I could sleep inside on a real bed, but still have a full camping experience. The first thing I did was to find a suitable tow vehicle. At the time that I was still tent camping, I was using an Astro van of all things to go camping, and I had bought that Astro van a few years earlier so they could hold all of my tent camping stuff. And it did, but it was kind of low riding to the ground, and I just couldn't get into certain spots, out in the wilderness that I wanted to get to. And plus, it was never going to be able to tow a travel trailer. So I started my search for a truck that would be able to tow my first travel trailer, which is the one right here. And I bought a 2005 Chevrolet Silverado 6-cylinder. It was just enough to get a very small, extra light travel trailer like this one. And then about a year or two later, in late 2007 and early 2008, I purchased this travel trailer, which you see on the screen right now. With this travel trailer, I was able to learn how to go camping with a travel trailer, and it was something different to me. Travel trailers they say they're just like homes, but that's not really true. Something breaks down, at least once in the first year, and that happened to me in this travel trailer. And my second camping trip at Lake Pleasant in Arizona, I was at a full hookup spot, but none of the electricals would work. And it turned out that the power converter box was bad. So I had to remove a fuse to get it going again, which is not the recommended way to do it. But hey, I was stuck, so that was what I had to do. So I had that replaced, and I never did have any more serious problems with it. Just the normal maintenance of caulking the roof, fixing little odds and ends, because this is like rumbling down the road. It's a house on the road. So it's shaking little things apart over time. But I did get to go to some fantastic places. On my third trip ever in 2008, I went to the Grand Canyon with this machine here. And that was probably the furthest away that I ever went with this travel trailer. Because of its small size, I was able to go to places in northern Arizona in the wilderness that larger motorhomes would never be able to get into, but still had the conveniences of a home with a bed and a cooktop. But over time, things started fading on this travel trailer, which I'll show you right now. I'm showing you some of my original pictures of the travel trailer that I've been using for over 10 years on the screen right now when it was brand new and when it was still on the lot. But why am I wanting to replace this travel trailer? Because that is what I'm going to be doing. Let me show you why. Here you can see this was like a vibrant red and it popped out from a vibrant white background at one time. And it's all faded, chipped. See the chipping on the decals here. Hope you can pick it up on the camera here. There was an awning up there at one time, but it ripped off in a storm in the White Mountains of northeastern Arizona. So I don't even have that anymore. And that's been gone for a few years now. I'm retired now, as I have explained in previous Sam's camping videos. And now it's time for what some of us call a retirement travel trailer. One that's going to be larger, the bigger slide, and will look brand new, and will be able to fit not only myself, but whenever my wife wants to come along, and when any grandchildren want to come. I have one grandchild right now, but who knows, there could be more later. So I want to expose my one grandchild to camping out in the wilderness. And this isn't going to be able to hold back 3 people comfortably. I found that out on the very first trip when I took this to Lake Pleasant in Arizona. And I had my wife and my teenage daughter at the time with me. And we were kind of cramped in there, so we didn't spend much time in it. This is a bittersweet moment for me, and this is a bittersweet camping trip I'm taking, because this will be the last camping trip with this current travel trailer here. It's given me 11 years of fun and enjoyment and being able to rest comfortably at night, so I'd be fully refreshed to go hiking throughout this great wilderness of northern Arizona and to go to places like the Grand Canyon. But I also want to bring my wife and my grandchild with me too, and maybe even sometimes just the grandchild. I want to expose her to all the joys of camping, which I had a little taste of when I was in the Boy Scouts when I was young, but unfortunately my father passed away when I was very young, and that camping experience ended when he passed away. And I didn't pick it back up again until 1999. And then a few years later, in 2008, travel trailer camping. All throughout the years that I've had this travel trailer, I was really unaware of all the advancements of technology and accessories that were being added to travel trailers over the past 10 years. And in the past few months, when I decided, yes, I'm going to be getting a new travel trailer, and this will be the last trip of the current one, I was just amazed. No, I was astounded at the number of gizmos and accessories and appliances, and this was all for a reasonable price. Things like power tongue jacks, power four-corner stabilizers, being prepped for solar panels, being prepped for a backup camera. And this is just a few of them. And then the size of them on the inside. They appear to be like twice the space, of what I have now. Though they're probably not, but they give that illusion because of the way that they're designed and of the layouts of these current new travel trailers, which are on the market today. And in my retirement, I do want to spend a little bit more quality time inside of a travel trailer without feeling like I have to get out of it because I'm so cramped in it right now. Some of the new features that I want in my next travel trailer are things which I don't have now and have just not even really missed, but I would probably want to enjoy them now in the future. And that is a large screen TV. I can't really use a TV where I go, but I mainly don't use a TV now, and that's because it just can't play my digital content. With travel trailers now on the market, well, that's not a problem. That can be done now. And they have 12-volt widescreen TVs, but most of them are of the conventional 110-volt, which means you have to be hooked up to electricity. But there are answers even to that, and that is having an inverter and then having solar panels, at least one, to top off your batteries. Another solution to using like a widescreen TV would be to use a generator to top off the battery, or just directly off the generator through the RV's power system. I haven't made my final decision on what kind of a power configuration I'm going to have. That's probably going to be driven on my final choice of what the travel trailer will be. Also, the inside of these new travel trailers, they're packed full of USB outlets. What I have to do now is I have to use a little portable power pack to plug in and recharge all of my USB rechargeable devices. Now, I may still have to do that when I'm boondocking, but maybe I won't have to if I have the proper power configuration and topping off with the batteries solution in either a generator or a solar panel. I've been planning this transition to a new travel trailer actually for at least 2 or 3 years. And I started that long-term project by buying a suitable truck to replace my old 2005 Chevy Silverado. I bought this truck specifically with the options and configuration that it had so that it could tow a larger travel trailer up to approximately a gross vehicle weight rating of about 10,000 pounds. Now, I'm not going to actually tow anything, with that rating. That's not what you really should do. It should be like about 80%. So what kind of a travel trailer do I really want now? It would have to have a box size of between 22 and 25 feet, and using a rule of thumb of adding 3 to 4 feet to that would mean the total length would be about 25 to 28 or 29 feet long. And I think within that limitation, I'll have the proper weight rating to tow it safely with my Ram 1500 truck. It's also going to have to be in some way, well, this is more of a want than a need, but I want it to be sun resistant. I don't want no more of this peeling and fading going on, because at present this stands out in the sun, in the Arizona sun, in the desert, at a storage yard for most of its time. It needs to have, and I mean this is a need, it needs to have a power tongue jack. I'm tired of all this manual cranking up and down because I have a weight distribution system, and I would still have a weight distribution system with the new travel trailer. The new travel trailer will also have to have a large U-shaped dinette. I don't have a true dinette now in my current travel trailer. It's a jackknife couch, and it has a removable table in front of it. I want to have a TV that runs off of 12 volts, and that's just minimizes the configuration I need. I wouldn't need a inverter then. But most travel trailers have 12 volt driven TVs, so I may have to settle for that and then figure out how to power it later. Also, a large bathroom. The bathroom I have right now, it is not suited for a tall guy like me. I'm 6'3", but I started off actually a few years ago at 6'4", and when you get older, you kind of shrink. So I'm at 6'3" now, but I would have to shrink to 5'8" or something to fit into that shower stall that I've got now. It's very tiny. I got no elbow room. Just a simple shower curtain, and I have to line an old bath towel on the floor along the base of the shower because water does come out of it, and I've been having to do that since day one. The very first trip, I took in this thing, I found out water's all over the floor. Practically every travel trailer that I've been looking into for further discovery and explorations in the coming months is they've all got ovens now. I never really had a need for an oven, and some of the ovens that I've seen, they only have about this much room in them, so I don't know what I could actually make in those. But I have seen some deep enough for a chicken or a small turkey. So hey, if it comes with it, so what? Okay, maybe I'll find some use for it. And the final requirement that I have, and that is no more cheap fittings. And what I mean by that, and that's all the moldings you see ringing around cabinets, even around the slides. It's not even a fitting, it's like some sticky material that makes it look like it's plastic, but that's peeling off now. And we have new appliances now, which I want. And now I guess the oven is a want, because I don't think you can even get a travel trailer now without an oven in it. Also, perhaps a larger refrigerator. It's going to have to remain as a electric or propane refrigerator. The one I have now is a 6 cubic feet one. Now they have like 8. Some even have 10, but 8 would probably fit my needs perfectly. But I don't want a refrigerator, which I've seen in some of the YouTube videos of new travel trailers, and that is they're just compressor type and they have to run off of electricity. Well, they say they're low amperage, but I like my refrigerators to be able to run off of propane when I go boondocking and not have to worry about it, with having a generator or maybe even larger wattage of solar panels to keep it on every day. As I mentioned earlier, this is a bittersweet episode for me. After I return home in a couple days, I'm going to start the project of selling this travel trailer and of looking for a new one to buy. My goal is to buy a new travel trailer in February of 2020. This is the last video of Travel Trailer Camping Journal with this travel trailer. My next one next year will be with the new travel trailer. Stay safe, have fun. Goodbye.